Grant-Gagnon. I'm the Quality Assurance and Performance Improvement Specialist and the grant writer. I've been with Androscoggin for just about 4 years, and I actually started in a contractual basis doing contract work for grant writing, and then a position opened up and they integrated the grant writing into it. And so I'm coming up on 4 years. So my role initially started for working, it was pre-COVID, so a totally different time, but I used to work based out of the Lewiston office. And when COVID came about, I think everyone was sent home, and I, lo and behold, had my office kind of repurposed in my absence and have been remote ever since. So I work from home out of Turner in a little home office. There's so many great benefits to working for Androscoggin, and of course many of them are the traditional. It's wonderful to have access to such a robust healthcare insurance plan and time off. Those are wonderful, and you won't hear any complaints from me on either of those. But the biggest benefit for working for Androscoggin, for me personally, is the fact that I'm part-time. My schedule is a little bit more flexible, especially being in an administrative role that I truly don't believe in, and I probably will get a lot of boos and hisses on this one, but I don't believe in the word work-life balance. Balance indicates it's level, it's even. It's always gonna be just a moving where your priorities are, and one's taking up a little bit more than the other. And the flexibility here has allowed me to achieve what I need in my life. So sometimes my kids have to come first. You've got a sick kiddo, and my boss and the organization has been so flexible in allowing me to work my schedule around that. And okay, switch off mom taking care of sick kid in the morning, feeling a little bit better in the afternoon. Okay, I'm working in the afternoon, or I'm switching my days so that my day off is the day he's sick, and then my traditional weekly day off, Fridays, is now the day that I'm working. So the flexibility has been paramount to my success here at Androscoggin in this role, and that by far is the biggest benefit for me. And I will say, I know that's not everyone's reality. I think that's also a perk of being part-time, having that flexibility and having that extra day where if I need to move hours. But it's also in the perk of being an administrative role. You can't always be shuffling patients left and right. So I know that I'm really blessed, and I'm really appreciative to have a flexible boss. But also in that flexibility is my boss's willingness, not even just willingness, but her encouragement of using earned time and time off of. Just the other week, I was like, oh, we really need a vacation, and I hadn't put anything on the books, and would you mind if I put something for 6 weeks out? And she goes, go for it, take it. Let's look at the schedules. We'll work everything out with the meetings, and vacation is on the books. It was unplanned, but we need it. It's gonna be a refresher, and then we'll have our regularly planned vacation later in the year. So it's wonderful that my boss, our employer, is encouraging us to use that earned time. It's not just sitting there collecting dust. And I think you'll find that's pretty common with a lot of supervisors and bosses throughout the organization. They're monitoring those earned time balances and saying, hey, you need to take vacation. So I think that's another benefit of working here. So I don't know if it's quite a benefit, but it's something that I appreciate about the organization. And it hasn't been my experience everywhere I've worked. But I think the fact that our executive and leadership team at large is approachable and accessible is huge. And knowing them, and as you pass them in the hall, they know your name and say hello, and you know where their office is, and they're not in some other city, state doing whatever, but you can call them up and you can email them and send them a Teams, and they get back to you and they answer your questions, and they're interested and engaged, and it's wonderful. And they know your family. When you attend these events, Hike for Hospice last year, my kids are talking to the different leaders, and everyone's talking to them and engaging with them, and it's a lovely time, and it's great. It's a family-like atmosphere without having all the drama of a family that normally accompanies it. So it's a great place to work, and I think others would agree with me as well.